Hi Abby, good evening. Right, so metabolic conditioning today. I'm going to start scheduling my lives. I was a bit scared at first because of the children and like, is the commitment, like could I show up when I said I was going to show up, but after a bit of trial and error, I think I'll be able to schedule more and more lives. Got ankle weights tonight. They may get annoying as I'm jumping around. How are we doing? Let's wait for it to populate. So yeah, we're doing metabolic conditioning. So we're going to use the hit zone MetaFit timings. I can just tell these are going to get annoying, but I can always take them off. So round one is going to have heavy 14 kilogram front squats. I can't tell you how sore my all three glute muscles are from yesterday's session. And during the workout, felt a bit of fatigue in the glutes, but I was like, nothing to write home about, we'll be fine. As soon as I stopped and I was putting the weights away and I started to cool down a bit, my glutes were like that, and oh, the pain, like even high up, like right at the top of the glute area is aching, like full, all three muscles were hit yesterday. So if you wanted a decent glute workout, follow yesterday's workout. And it was so chilled as well. Apologies for my stream. I think it cut out yesterday. I'm not sure what happened there because I should have been on Wi-Fi, but technical error. Yeah, so 4 exercises in the first round is in a matrix format. So any exercises that you don't wish to do, or you want to swap for something else, if you want to make it more predominantly abs or legs, feel free, write your exercises down. Hi Abby. Feel free. So we've got front bench squats. So obviously like my glutes are sore, so I've gone with front bench squats to target the quads because the quads are fine. Then the next one we add on is devil press for you, Abby. I've got 8 kilogram dumbbells, so it's a good weight. Oh, that's going to kill me. Then we've got V-ups weighted, so I've got some ankle weights. I think these weigh 2 kilograms each, or at least 1. Today's MetCon, yeah, that's right, Abby. MetCon today, so round 1, matrix format using MetaFit timing. So we've got front squat with like heavy devil press into weighted V-ups into knee tucks. So like I said, if you've got, if you want to swap any of the exercises, feel free. Hi guys, hi Angela. And I am answering any questions on health, fitness, fat loss, toning, building, muscle, rehab, postnatal care, lifestyle change, any habits that you keep repeating, any struggles. I'm answering this during my workout as well. So those are the first 4 exercises. So how it works is you'll do exercise 1, then 1, 2, then 1, 2, 3, then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 4, 3, 2, 1, then 4, 3, 2, then 4, 3, then 4. I'm feeling good today. Let's hit it good. Let's give it all we got today. I actually slept last night as well, so totally different. I had the most amazing sleep. Yeah, so we've got 8 kilogram dumbbells for the devil press. Yeah, so that's round 1. Then round 2 is a core round. So the more, if you're wanting to build muscle in a certain area, you've got to hit it at least twice a week, okay? So I'm trying to build my core. So we've got assisted V-ups paired with, what's that? Knee raises. Oh yeah, leg and knee raises. Then left side, right side bike, knees up crunch and star ups. Then we've got round 3, the final round of the MetCon. 4 exercises back to back, a minute on each, include, so like I said, you can swap any of these. Devil press, upright row for the shoulders, so I might start with the 4s and then drop down to the 5s. Then shoulder press, again same, and then a V-sit for them hip flexor strength. I'll have them out on standby. So you can see I've got ankle weights on to make it progressive. I've got my water. Are you all ready? How are we doing? We'll be holding you accountable today. I'm new. Do you do cardio? This is harder than cardio. Think about like burpees with weights. So it's metabolic conditioning, yeah. Right, let's get started. I'll have some donations, Ryan, feel free. Right, let's get going.
Zone workout.
So starting off easy, make sure you're warmed up if you're joining me. Let's go. Answering questions on health and fitness, front squats. Yeah, we're doing cardio tonight, Angela. Oh, my glutes from yesterday, Abby. Let's go! I've not even set my Fitbit yet. Squeeze in the glutes if you can. Coming up. 3. Keeping the shoulder blades together. That again, and then we're adding an exercise on. I'm going to do more than 50 squats today. So same again, then we're adding devil press. I don't know why I'm counting reps. Devil press. Rest. Next we're adding on weighted V-ups. I'm fucked already. Deep breaths. Devil press. Adding knee tucks next. Have a drink. Warming up in here. Devil press. Knee tucks. Woo! Next we're going to reverse all of that. Taking one off as we go. We're going to reverse them all first. I'm only 3 minutes in. Closing gaze, back flat against the floor. And breathe. Just slow it down. Try not to stop when it gets too burny. Unless it's painful, then stop. Devil press. momentum to get it up in the air. Last front squat. Then we're dropping it off. Woo! Answer any questions on health and fitness. Hi, Ayob. Dying. Hamstrings are killing, Ayob. So those glutes from yesterday. Two exercises back to back to finish round one. I nearly blew the mic of the thing over there. Right. Finish round one. Whew. My goodness, let's finish round one. Last exercise to finish. Oh, that was minging. Core zone next. Oh, my hip flexors from these weights, man. Right, what have we got? Assisted videos. Thanks for the support, guys. I really appreciate you being here. Heel taps. Trying to keep the pelvis as still as you can. Pull the hip flexors. Oh. Left side, right side, bike next. I knew these would get uncomfortable. This absolutely burns. You're working all 6 abdominal muscles. All the way up, all the way down with the elbow. Over to the other side. Oh, I can't tell you. My hip flexors. No pain, no gain. Oh my goodness. and star ups. She's like a hollow plank, sorry. Knees up crunch gets a really good burn in the rectus abdominis, the six-pack muscle. Getting them hips up off the floor. So you come into a curve in the back. Exhale, coming up, inhale down. Oh. Oh, the stomach ache. Unbelievable. You fight through it, face is on fire. Then we do that round 2 more times. So if you've got to adapt any of the exercises, swap them, like do it super slow. You know, as long as you don't completely give up. Assisted V-ups. Heel taps. Keeping the hips as still as you can, back flat on the floor. Oh. Left side, right side, bike. I can't wait for a stretch already. I can't even get up yet. At least it's over before you know it. Exhale, coming up, elbow all the way back down. Back flat, lower back. Over to the other side, straight into it. Fire, fire, fire. Knees up, crunch into hollow plank or star. My hip flex is still burning right now, man. What a difference them little weights have made. Finishing round 2 out of 3. Sorry about the background noise. Oh my goodness. Oh, you've got to try that one. Oh, last round of this core training, core conditioning from hell, if I'm honest. I like to see what the DOMs are like in the morning. Assisted V-ups, last ones, let's go. Oh. Heel taps, back flat. Your lower parts of your core should be on fire, like that fire. That's how it feels. Oh, wow, new level of pain. Left side, right side, bike. Oh, that feels good. Ooh, nice little spine twist. I think I'm high from the endorphins. Last If it's burning, it's working. 8. I don't know why I'm counting reps. Oh, 5. Oh. Oh. Oh my goodness. I think this is the hardest core workout I've ever done in my life. Get some ankle weights, y'all. Last pair of core exercises. Can't stop now. Push, push, 3. You strengthen the neck here as well. Oh. Oh, grab a drink. My abs, I can't tell you, I'm a morning bitch, aren't I? Missed a few comments, I'll catch up shortly. Right, finishing zone, 4 exercises. Got devil press. Let's just get out of the way, shall we? I wish I was doing agility sprints. Halfway. Upright row. Oh, devil press. Upright rows. Shoulders back, chest. I'm still recovering. My shoulders are already on fire. Hi guys, welcome to my live. Focus on the shoulder blades, touching the spine, right back. Halfway. I've not got much left to give now. I'll catch up on them comments shortly. Trying to not die. My forearms, man. Oh. Then I put shoulder press in for the next. Well done, Ayub. Shoulder press. Hi, Mike. Any variation of shoulder press, just make sure you're not bending backwards. V-sit after this. Oh, I feel like I got something in my eye. Oh, only halfway, man. Last 30 seconds. Push press. Oh, it's on fire. Oh. Oh. Oh my God. Final exercise, V-sit for more. How are we doing? I feel a bit sick, that's how hard I've worked today. I never feel sick anymore for a session. Alright, V-sit. My body's just glad I'm not doing shoulders right now. Oh my God, my legs are shaking so much. That's what you want. Halfway. Oh, timings in that are brutal. You know what time it is, guys? Don't say Chico time. I'm going to do a yoga after this to stretch off. Found a fantastic new channel on here. She's called Emily Yoga. She came up on my feed. It's just vinyasa. But she actually has a yoga that I'm going to do later for deep stretch and getting your splits. I love pelvis, like hip openers. Oh, that was tough. My core, I don't think my core has been worked that hard in a while. Like, it'd be interesting to see what aches. It's nice to see you guys having a chat, getting to know each other, building a community atmosphere. I see some weirdos got blocked. I'm always dead curious to see what they say, but no, don't look back. Who's Mike? 665 bricks up a ladder today. Are you counting every single brick, Mark? How about that for fitness? Now I'm knackered in a jacuzzi for a couple of hours. Wow. I'm glad you're doing a bit of heat therapy after all that. I can't even lift my shoulders. That's a good one. I've written that down as well. So lateral raises, upright rows, very similar to lateral raises. I do like lateral raises and upright rows for the medial delt. I do have a hang on, sorry, I'm catching up. Is that a barbell military press, dumbbell military press? It was, and then it got so hard and fatiguing, I changed to push press. You'll have seen that. But I was doing like, not a strict military press. I was just bringing my elbows forward because I was that fatigued. Don't you have a barbell? I do have a barbell. Then are we done with the workout already? Yes, we are. But yeah, I'm going to do yoga after this. She's very elegant, this lady. So I'm going to have a nice, good stretch. But I bet like my glute workout yesterday, my whole glute, I don't know if you caught that at the beginning of the live, my whole 3 glute muscles are in tatters this morning. Same B-stand squat, because I actually did that with my client on Sunday. We did, what was it? RDLs supersetting with RDL B stance squat deads, and then like what did we do? Did we three sets of that, and then we moved on to B stance deadlift, conventional, somewhat bending the knee, into pulse squats. Did she have a weight in her hand? Anyway, 3 or 4 sets of that, and she's in like agony. And we also did lunge pulses as well. But B stands coupled with RDLs and squats and playing around with that variety is really good. Hi guys, welcome to my live. So that was a wee metabolic conditioning class. So it's designed to it's like smart training. It's HIIT training, so compressing the amount of workout in a smaller amount of time. You don't have to spend hours in the gym to look fantastic, feel great. You'll not believe me, I hit quads today. I don't know why my glutes are sore. Just the variance though, goblet squats. You know what, if you're accidentally getting sore glutes from squats, that's a massive win, because me, who's been pregnant, and other people and I think you're quite young, aren't you? But if you've been pregnant, your glutes tend to switch off, and if you've got a desk job for many years, you end up with sleepy glutes. They're hard to connect to. So you could do squats, lunges, and use every other muscle but the glute, like they don't fire. So it can be quite hard to engage the glutes. So if you're doing squats, which is a quad dominant exercise, and feeling your glutes the next day, that's a massive win. 10 reps, nice. RPs in rating of perceived exertion. Oh, I don't like this lighting. Is my fire still on? I couldn't even light that fire yesterday as well, and if you go all the way down in goblet squats, you will definitely feel your glutes. No, again, it depends. Actually, your glutes end up switching off if you go too low. Depends on your biomechanics and your posture. Rating of perceived exertion. Rate of PRE. Yeah, so it was 10 RPE then. So you're like running up a hill. I used to say when I was describing that to a client, 0 sitting on the couch, and if 10 was you running up a hill or up a mountain from a psychopath. Whereabouts are you? That's good, Abby. If you're having to do that, then it can mean that you've got tight calves. I'm drinking Trip. I really wish you'd sponsor me already, so I'll get free Trip. If you've not got tight calves, it can mean that you're able to get deeper because of your hip mobility, opens everything up. Everyone's biomechanics is different. Like I remember having a debate with a young PT whose dad owned a CrossFit gym, and she would argue until she was blue in the face until I pulled up all this research from the Squat University. She used to say ass to grass, everyone can do it. Yeah, but at what cost? Like I can technically get my ass to the grass, but and she was trying to say because it was a flexibility issue. It's not always a flexibility issue. Like your ball and socket joint, you can't change that, can you? Some people are very blessed to have like that posture and that mobility in the hip, and then others lose it and stuff. Anyway, but yeah, Trip Cam. This is my wee reward. My abs, honestly, I don't have more know what I should have heard when I got PT'd. But yeah, hip flexors, only just recovered from abs the other day when I was working outside at Scott's. My hip flexors and hips were really tight. How about 665 bit of a ladder mixing 35 bags of cement? Mark, I'm just worried about your posture, because obviously we're not meant to lift all that, right? And I'm just thinking your posture must be going to shit when you're carrying over your shoulder and lifting it up, and I'm thinking scoliosis and everything. So make sure, I'd definitely do some Pilates, and it sounds really bad for your body, fitness wise, through the roof. But posture and muscle imbalance is a nightmare. No wonder you're tired. Yeah, it's not always about the depth, it's the depth stretch for me. It's what you, right, so Abby and Ayob, so say if you're trying to hit glutes and you're doing squats and lunges, it's just not working for you, something's wrong, then you need to have a look into it. If you're, because for hip thrust for me, everyone bangs on about hip thrusts are the best for glutes. Me and other clients who've had children or who have like a dentist, for example, who's like hunched over, or if you're a hairdresser and you're switching your glutes off when you're in that position. So when you're in that position, you're able to switch your glutes off. But if you're, over time, your posture changes, so your pelvis is stuck like that. So it's just not as easy to connect to your glutes. It's what works for you and your body. For example, in like some stretch positions, like the spinal twist that we do in yoga and Pilates, and at the end of any workout, I love that for my lower back, but some people might like that for the glute. And then other people, to stretch the glute, might go into pigeon pose. Other people, you've got to like, it's body awareness. You've got to really find what works for your body. Like if someone's injured part of the back that's quite like deep, and I've no idea which muscle it is because they're so like interconnected. I'll have to get them in a few different stretch positions and exercise positions until they start to feel warmth and a stretch sensation, because like in order to identify it, really, like when I'm working with clients and when you're working with yourself, you've really got to listen to that feedback from the body. So if you're trying to stretch a tight muscle, you've got to feel the stretch. If you're not feeling it in that specific area that needs stretch, then it's useless. I hope that made sense. Anyway, I like RP Strength. Have you heard of them? Did you? RP? No. What's that? Waitrose have got a sale on, by the way, on TripCam. Any questions on health fitness? I avoid heavy squats. They put a lot of tension on my quads, which isn't ideal for my training goal as a man. Well, squats are quad dominant. It is a quad dominant exercise. What are your goals, Ayob? There was a guy on here a couple of months back, and he said he was training to be a bodybuilder, but he hated working legs and refused to work legs. I'm like, well, you can't be a successful bodybuilder, it's simple as that. Anyway, that's a totally different, I digress. I'm 6'8", 18 stone in my back, that takes the punishment. Yeah, Mark, you really need to, if you can get some stretching exercises in at least. If you don't make time, like I'm just worried that you're not going to injure yourself now, it'll be like 5 years, 10 years down the line, and it'll be a lot harder to come back from. They're like a bodybuilding influencer channel. All right, RP Strength. I'll have a look at them. Thank you. They talk a lot about the stretch. Is that in strength training, the stretch, like the eccentric phase of a muscle contraction? So you've got the eccentric, the lengthening of the muscle, and then concentric, the shortening phase. Is that what they talk a lot about the stretch? So you could say the eccentric is like a stretch. That's where your DOMS comes from, the lowering. Oh, my fire! If this fire goes out, I'm afraid I'll never get it lit again. Oh, me, oh, my. So that's what, like my third hit within like a month. So definitely feeling a wee bit fitter. Not there where I was before I went ill. Yes, strength training, did you? With the stretch with strength training. Yeah, it sounds like they're talking about the different types of muscle contraction. What did you say it was called? I'll forget, won't I? Scott, if you can take a note map here. RP, where has it gone that? RP training, was it? I don't have any specific goals at the moment. I'm getting bigger was the goal. I've already achieved that, but I still have a lot of work to do on my legs. Right. You know what? The mistake that I made in my 20s, loved the quad ache, wanted like toned legs, never worked hamstrings, hated working hamstrings because of the ache you get the next day. It's so painful, so I neglected them. I had like baby hamstrings compared to my quads and ended up with knee pain. Oh, there's a hair. So just make sure you are taking a balanced approach to it, otherwise yeah, if you keep working biceps and not triceps, you'll end up with shoulder and or elbow pain. Oh, feeling chilled now after that CBD. Question, have you tried the reverse Nordic extension ever? Reverse Nordic, rings a bell that. There's so many, probably have, yeah. Nordic's the, isn't Nordic the make? Hang on, I'll have a Google. There's, oops, let me see, it rings a bell. Nordic, I've heard of Nordic curls, have I done them? Reverse Nordic extension. Let me see. I'm scared to try those, let me have a look. Bloody Google. Oh, it's like a sissy squat, is that right? Let me see. No, I haven't tried them. Oh, I've done it, you know, on you know when you're in the gym and you've got like a lateral pull down and you have like the cushions on your legs, and then you turn round and you put your, you know what I mean, where I'm going with this, and then you're coming down and up with your hamstrings. Did them back in the day. And then I'd bounce off like a gym ball, you know, like the there's loads of fancy exercises, isn't there? It's what you can do consistently, what's realistic, like as I'm training at home as well. Like leg curls, if this is what you're talking about, leg curls are a lot safer than that. Yeah, exactly, 100%. I have done them when I was in my 20s, you know, when I said that I was avoiding hamstring exercises in my 20s. That's probably why, because I was doing them. No wonder. Yeah, Nordic. There's a that's Nordic extension. Yeah, I've heard other Nordic exercises. Ah, reverse. Did you say reverse? I've just seen. Sorry, I'm just going back. Reverse Nordic extension, reverse. So them ones I've not tried. I've done the other. Where's it? I've done that. Whoops. So for the hamstrings. So I've not tried. So the other one is like a little bit like a sissy squat. I think there's a lot of pressure on your knees for that. I wouldn't personally do that. It's called resonance periodization. All right. Let me screenshot that. Dr. Mike. He has a PhD in body shot. I'll definitely check him out. I love. Does he have a podcast as well? I love my podcast. I go for a full back shoulder massage by a fully qualified physiotherapist, costing me a fortune, who told me to get an easy job. Yeah, I didn't want to say that. That was funny. I'm glad you're going to a physio though. That's really good. And even if you go in when you're not experiencing any pain, it's having him know your body, so he'll be able to flag up. Oh yeah, that doesn't feel normal for you, and yeah, it's very, again, valuable and not like the cost of fortune. But if you're able to, you're not worth it, Mark. Right, I'm missing out with this Dr. Mike. I need to check if he's got a podcast. Yeah, low-key scared to try. Yeah, I wouldn't. It's like that was a bit slightly easier than the sissy squat, I think, because it doesn't look like there's as much body weight on the knees. But you know what? What's wrong with leg extensions, back squats, front squats, lunges? If your knees are fine, I just think the look. There's a lot of. I mean, what's it called? Toes over knee guy might completely disagree with me. But you've got to find what works for you. Like I just said, it's that body awareness. If you know you've got strong knees, why not do that and take it to the next level? But me, I've had knee pain in the past from not training hamstrings. They're all right now, but I wouldn't chance it. I'll tell you, that little knee joint, once it goes, you're fucked. And they won't give you a knee operation until you're in your 60s. It's very hard to get a knee operation. And even when you get a knee replacement, you're still in all this pain. Like, imagine not being able to get your steps in. I just think it's such a crap little complicated joint to hold all that weight, so I don't fuck with the knees, to be honest. Sorry, a lot of F-bombs there. Not fancy workouts, keep it. Yeah, that's it. I mean, on Instagram, there's tons of exercises that you can be doing, isn't there? Like, what are them like donkey kicks using the leg curl machine, and you can do the donkey kicks with the assistance pull-up machine, pushing your foot down. What's wrong with dialing it back to basics and being consistent and safe and doing donkey kicks weighted? But you saw how effective the ankle weights are. You know, you could even have a gym partner pushing it down. Hi Piolo, how are you doing? I've not had knee issues, but still take care of them, fingers crossed. Yeah, mine are all fine now. I have got strong hamstrings now, but my dad, he's had a knee replacement. He said he wouldn't get the other one done. He said it's absolute agony. It's not healed very well. Other people I've spoke to and it's healed absolutely fine. They've had it a lot younger, but you've got to walk. You've got like walking and stuff to get your steps in. If you can't walk, then you're just going to gain weight and it reduces the quality of your life. And yeah, don't F with the knees. It's the most common injury, isn't it? Especially if you play sports, high risk of knee instability. And even Scott, he's had issues with his knee from playing football. That's why he gave it up. I'm in Newcastle. We cover Scotland. If you need any building work done, I'll give you a very good discount. Thanks, Mark. I'll keep that in mind. Leanne, should the hamstrings be worked out more than the quads to keep it safe for the knees? No, just do 50-50. Hamstrings are like the triceps. They're quite, you know, you get that cramping and that stretch ache, I describe it as, like the lower, like the deeper, like it's quite a weak muscle, so it doesn't take much to overload. I don't do like, so we all know that the quads and the biceps, the quads are stronger than the hamstrings naturally, because we're walking all day long with the knee bend, right? So it makes sense. I just overload, like same amount. Don't do whatever you do like weights wise on your quads that you do to your hamstrings. For example, if you're just managing 10 to 12 reps with your quads on leg extension for say 45 kilograms, right? You can't do any more. Trying to lift that with your hamstrings, you're not just going to do it. You're not going to be able to do it. So go by rep ranges with the hamstrings. I hope that makes sense. And you can do paused reps and stuff, and make sure you get full range of movement all the way up, all the way down. And there's a bicep femoris in the hamstrings, and it's like, some people call it another bicep. Did you know you've got a bicep in your hamstrings, bicep femoris? And it's like that, like bit of a lift, you know, like a curve that you're trying to crunch into, like with the biceps. Hey girl, what's your accent? Are you Scottish? I thought I said, why are you Scottish? Hi Wayne, thanks for being here. I'm in Scotland, but I am from Rochdale originally. Can't seem to shake the accent though. I left when I was 10, fuck's sake. Any questions on health, fitness, fat loss, toning, building muscle? It's been a great live. Like, I really enjoyed that MetCon. In the morning, I'm thinking about doing some pull-ups and stuff, and using my ankle weights to bring my pull-ups on. So I got PB last week, but I've not done loads of pull-ups. I've been resting my back specifically. So we'll see what I get. Oh, thanks, Wayne. Any questions? I'd love a like and subscribe, guys, if you're wanting motivated. I'm preparing for a presentation. I'm going to be giving a seminar, organising a seminar this year. But this is like the first of the Holistic Habits events. It's going to be a talk on Zoom, talking all about like myth busting, how to keep consistent for fat loss, changing your lifestyle so it's a healthier one, so it's like less thought process. And if you're sick of going on and off diets the rest of your life and you want a no BS approach to like how to maintain fat loss and whatever goals that you have, if you've got like a perfectionist mindset, you'll see on my stories, actually I've not posted it, what the agenda is on YouTube. I'll get that posted probably tomorrow because I don't want to spam my YouTube. But yeah, tickets are now available, just £10, 2nd of May on Saturday at 4 o'clock. You said that again, no wonder why I hear you. Happy. My daughter says it as well. Like and subscribe. Yeah, I really need to do something else, don't I? Mix it up a bit. If you've got any ideas, because you want to cover all bases, because it takes such a holistic approach to everything. You don't want to, because someone might just be like, oh, she's talking about rehab, like that's not related to fat loss, you know. So I'm trying to tick all the boxes. That's funny. Yeah. It's like when you start hanging out with a friend so much, you hear the voice in your head. I've had that. You don't get it loads though. When me and Scott started dating, I had his voice in my head. I think he's gone now. He's got work to do, probably. Hi guys, welcome to my live. Answering any questions on fitness, weight loss, toning, rehab. I'm a personal trainer, so I'm a health and fitness professional. I specialise in nutrition, injury rehab, back pain. I'm a yoga and Pilates teacher as well. I've just finished a session. How many steps are we on today, guys? I am on, can you see that? It is back to front. Nearly 19,000. It'll be 19,000 when I go to bed. Can I be asked doing yoga after this? I think I'll do it in my pajamas. Yeah. I talk about you in the gym as well. I tell my gym friend about the handstand with the ball. Yeah, it's a hard one. As you can, I was still working the strength of my hip flexors. I do need to stretch them as well because I feel like they are getting quite tight because of all the strength work. So yeah, I'll probably work that into maybe whenever I do MetaFit and whenever I do core, I'll work some hip flexors. But yeah, the yoga session I'm doing after this is 4 handstands as well. Wait, there's something else I told them that you said, I can't remember. Let us know if it comes back. Oh, I appreciate you talking about my YouTube. Give me a share. And don't be shy, guys. Any questions on health, fitness? Back when I thought your name was Digi back then. Imagine if I was born and my mum named me Digi. I'm putting a log on. So did I tell you that me and Scott have got a holiday booked for next as well? It's like less than 2 weeks. It's a week and a half away till we go. So we're going to Lanzarote. Looking for a bit of heat. But imagine me going live with like the beach in the background. Let's just go, hi Cuba. There's hares running past the garden. I found you. Hiya, you're right. I think it was the 60% thing, Leanne. Yeah, when I heard that, I thought it was very valuable. When I'm trying to keep motivated and trying to learn something, I need clarity. I need people to be clear with what they're saying. I need analogies and yeah. So that really stuck with me and it's helped other people as well. So whenever, let's see what I've learned this week. So I'm reading a book called, I'll post it on my posts on here, called Good Habits, Bad Habits. It's really, really insightful, talking about how important friction is. Oh, so first of all, for those of you who haven't heard the thing that Abby's talking about, so consistency is key. We hear that a lot, but how realistically do you keep consistent? How do you get consistency? So people think you've got to be perfect. Far from it. Even bodybuilders aren't perfect. You don't need to be perfect to have like a lean body, lose weight, like look incredible, shredded, right? You just need to be consistent. So what that looks like on a daily basis is totally different. It's about not pressing the fuck it button and like, fuck it, what's the point? I've had a milkshake for breakfast, that's it, I'm not going to get my steps, I'm not going to go to the gym, I'm not going to get my protein, I'm just going to revert back to old habits. No. Consistency looks like on your fantastic days where the planets align, yes, you get your steps, like if depending on what your goals are, but you hit all the action that's needed for your goals. So steps hit, calories hit, protein, fiber to manage hunger, you get a good session in, you do some yoga, you stretch, like that, right? You read to the kids, whatever your goals are, that's your 100%. Now, if you're not sleeping on a daily, like if you like, what was it? Was it yesterday? I was massively sleep deprived. I had 2 hours sleep. So I said to people on the live, this is about ticking a box. Like I am so tired. And my bum is like killing me right now from that session yesterday. I had no energy for. But don't put pressure on yourself. You don't need to be perfect. Out of say 5 actions that you need to do per day to like fast track your goals, if you can even just do 1 or 2 of them, that's what consistency looks like. So you're 100% on a day where you're ill or the kids are asleep or work's run away with you, might be you giving 60%. That's what your 100% looks like on that day. And I think that's really valuable. So as I was saying, consistency and discipline, yes, so discipline is a skill, and we can learn new skills all the time, and no progress is linear, just like fat loss isn't linear. You might be ticking all the boxes, fat loss is linear, but weight loss isn't. So you might be ticking all the boxes to lose fat, but the scales haven't budged. Keep consistent, rationalize, and stay focused. You've got to trust the process as well, and that's what spoke to me when I first started out on all of this, because you hear that much shit on the internet and you're like, does this work? Is a calorie deficit a real thing? Like, is calories real? Because I've just heard that calories are all made up and blah blah blah, right? You've got to trust the process. Get in a deficit, try and improve your habits over time, which is a lot, so don't take on too much. But yeah, I've been reading a book called Good Habits, Bad Habits. And one of the things I learned this week was create friction between the habits that you don't want to do. So say and it can be a small friction, right? Best thing to do is manage your environment, right? So set that up for success. Be your own butler. That's what, I don't know if I've said that this week, but that's what spoke to me this was it a couple of weeks ago. Be your own butler. So if it's ironing the kids' uniforms before you go to bed, if it's prepping your food at night, if it's even just getting your coffee cup out, just like saying good morning to yourself and setting your clothes out, and be your own butler. And if you start saving as well, be your own butler, right? So, right. Yeah, and the other thing that about good habits, bad habits, I think she's a psychologist, she's a doctor in something, anyway, she was saying, create friction, and it can be so small. Like say if your partner, every Saturday night you're watching a film together and he gets up in the popcorn and you know you're just gonna start eating it mindlessly, ask him or you to sit on the other side of the room, and even just that, because you know you have to get up and walk across the room, that can be enough for things to change. Also, doing the action you don't want to do it with your non-dominant hand, so there's more thought process behind every, oh, I've got to use my non-dominant hand, like little things like that. Hope that helped. But yeah, as I was saying with discipline, it's a skill, it's trial and error, there's going to be failure along the way, but as long as you've got that reflective approach to it, like, okay, I fucked up there, why did that happen? Or because my friend asked me to go out, and next time what can you say, like, or not do in future, like create friction. There was something else I wanted to speak about discipline as well. I'd love a like and subscribe, guys, if you're new to my channel and you haven't already. Really appreciate being here. Ask any questions away. But yeah, discipline is something that's learned, and that's what I was going to say. Every time you work out or you get your steps in, or you eat food that you don't fancy, or you do something you don't want to do, that's a tick in the discipline box. I say this a lot, it's like, I knew it would come back to me. So think of it as like a skill, and the more you do it, the easier it'll get as well. Oh, so have we got a wee funny there? What a freak. I couldn't help but look at that last comment. I don't have a bath. Yeah, so every time you do something you don't want to, so you get up and go to work when you really want to stay in bed, that's discipline. Leanne, I wanted to ask you this. I'm asking, only thinking to consider, is it okay to skip lunch? Excellent question. It's similar to fasting, isn't it? How do you respond? So obviously, Abby, I don't know if you've had a childhood where, this is an example, right? I'm not saying you have in any way, right? But some people had a bad childhood and there could be trauma around food not being there in abundance, or they could have been starved. So them doing something like fasting or skipping a meal can have like bad psychological implications, and it could cause binge eating and overeating, right? So that's one consideration. Like, I only breakfast and dinner. Always track how you feel like so if you just have, I have type 2 though, yeah, so fasting would be good for someone with type 2 diabetes. Thanks for reminding me about that. But I'm talking about like anybody else who's watching this who thinks that skipping meals might be a great thing for them. Consider any trauma, first of all, your personality, your lifestyle. So say if you are a shift worker and you eat breakfast and dinner, then have no calories for like to work at, like do your job throughout the night, then it's not going to work, is it? So you need to work with your job and your lifestyle. I would trial and error. Make sure you're eating enough in the breakfast and the dinner that doesn't cause you to overeat later on in the week. So it's the same with fasting. It can be quite hard to manage hunger, and you usually eat the same amount of calories after, you know, when you resume eating. So say if you've fasted for a full 24 hours, you've not ate, the next day or 2 days later or 4 days later at the weekend, you will make them calories back, like if you aren't on top of your hunger. It depends what you're doing it for. Can you make chat only for subscribers? So many weirdos. I'm still building my channel, AO, but I will do it at some point. Thank you. Yeah, I don't like, I've not had, when I first started out on this, I had tons of weirdos. Just laugh at them. I get a lot of people who are fucking jealous as well and telling me they're going to call child services and all that pish. But as the algorithm fine-tunes my channel, I'll hope to see less and less of them. But yeah, I didn't know you could do that, chat for only subscribers. But then how do you grow your channel? That's my only thing. But Scott's on it with the moderating. So yeah, please be patient. But yeah, so Abby, if you only eat breakfast and dinner, make sure, so say if you've got a calorie allowance of 1800 a day, have 900 calories at breakfast, 900 calories at dinner. Manage your food, you know, as long as you get enough protein and fibre. Listen to the feedback from your body. Are you constipated? Are you regular? Are you dehydrated? How do you feel when you wake up? Is it disrupting sleep, that amount of calories before bed? Do you feel energized? Do you have an afternoon slump, you know, in between those meals? So you can try and do like the breakfast, make sure it's ticking your protein, fibre, like you're getting the vegetables and stuff. But yeah, having 2 meals a day could work for you. It does work for, I did have a couple of clients that have the 2 meals a day. There's a lot of benefits, right? Glucose for one, less glucose spikes for you. And another one would be less thought behind food, because we're constantly thinking about food, right? And if you're in a good routine of just having breakfast and dinner, and you're having like a routine of like 1 of 4 meals, 5 meals every single day, you know, your shopping becomes easier. You can bulk buy, you know, online, don't you have to go shopping. You're saving a fortune as well because you're not snacking. Yeah, so there's definitely positives there. You just got to find if it's right for you. I can't tell, like, what works for me won't work for you. I know you weren't saying that, but like if I'm thinking that fasting's fantastic, that might cause disordered behaviours towards food for somebody else. But is it okay for the overall health? I googled it earlier and it said not recommended at all, but yeah, it's still beneficial though, right? Especially for type 2. Type 2 has, I mean, for some people, the doctors tell them to go on something like, is it a 600 or 800 calorie a day diet to reverse it quickly? So I'd say what you're doing is a lot better. As always, like, to protect myself, I've got to say, check with your doctor, see what he says or she says, and then if they say like it's fine, because they should support fasting, like every now and then, and being in a structure, like when they think of it rationally, they'd rather you eat like that than have processed food. Like, it's got to be good food. You can't have like McDonald's for breakfast, McDonald's for evening meal, because you're full but your body's starving. So again, like, if anyone else who's watching this, you need to be what do you call it, you've got to have, it's that time of night now, my brain's like starting to switch off. Common sense. You ought to have common sense when doing something like that. But for health, I would agree. Yeah. I don't think we're meant to be eating all the time. These people are eating 6 meals a day, with snacks, and I've done that. Sometimes I do that. I don't think it's right. I think food shouldn't be in abundance, especially sugar. But yeah, I just make sure it would be hard, Abby, to tick all them boxes for you for just 2 meals, have all the protein. It's a lot, what I would say to consider. It's a lot for your digestive system to deal with. But I mean, it can be trained, and like I said, see how you feel. Like, if it's disrupting your sleep, having all that food to digest. The digestive system works with your circadian rhythm as well. So remember that. So the best times to eat are during daylight hours. What do you think about the OMAD diet? What's that one? Let me Google. OMAD. There's so many, isn't there? I'll be surprised if I've not seen it. Let's have a look. You guys come up with all the OMAD. OMAD diet. Involves only eating 1 meal a day. I didn't know it was called that. It's kind of like fasting, isn't it? For 23:1 it says there, intermittent fasting helps to lose weight. Again, it can cause, like, usually I don't recommend fasting, like, coming from a science-based perspective, although it's got good health benefits and stuff. It's how it can actually cause people to overeat and eat all the calories back. So that 1 meal a day, how big is that 1 meal going to be? Is it going to be 2,500 calories? And as somebody who's trying to strength train, for your protein intake, it's not going to be sufficient. There's a lot for your digestive system to deal with, your microbiome. You're like overloading them. I wouldn't recommend that from that perspective. It says here, eating 1 meal a day can lead to hunger cravings and may not be suitable. That's exactly what I was saying. See what I mean? Like, I'm always like reading and stuff. So usually I've heard. What do you think about the OMAD diet? What's it called again? Only 1 meal a day. And Leanne, also, if you can tell me a few sources for fibre, I'd be so grateful. So, first of all, before we get into fibre, protein acts as fibre because it takes a long time to digest and it makes its way quite far down the digestive tracts and feeds your microbiome. So because it takes a long time to digest, it keeps you fuller for longer and acts like fibre. If you up your protein, you've got to up your water because it soaks up all the water and it takes a long time to digest. It can make you can just sit there for hours. You can feel like, and you might hold on to it. Right, fibre. So consider, if you're upping your protein and fibre, you may be constipated. Don't do too much too soon. Like, track what you're doing first, then incrementally increase it. So fibre, you've got chickpeas, any like pulses. So I've got lentils, chickpeas, kidney beans, black beans, any beans really. Again, when you're introducing a new bean, Some beans don't agree with me at all, and they have my guts like not happy at all. Listen to what your microbes are telling you. You know, if you get quite windy, microbes aren't happy. Yeah, so the more variety of beans, like edamame beans, are really good for you. I forget, hang on, what vitamins have they got in? There was one, is it vitamin K? Edamame beans, I can't bloody spell that, but Google will help. There we go. They're in M&S at the moment. Let me put benefits, there we go. Vitamin K, yeah, folate. So it's edamame is low in the glycemic index, so it's suitable for people with type 2 diabetes. So those like beans, pulses, and then you've got all your veg, all your fruit. Try and go for a variety of fruit, vegetables, because think of it as you're introducing microbiome, so good bacteria, and you're feeding your current. If you don't feed your microbiome, they will feed on you, on the mucosal lining in your gut, causing leaky gut, and like a variety of diseases. What's that? Crohn's disease, stuff like that. Colon disease and colon cancers and stuff are increased in risk. But a lot of people have a lot of issues with the microbiome now as well. But trying to stay away from antibiotics, like if you can help it. I'm a big believer in that. It's like a fire in the rainforest and you just can't get the microbes back. Anyway, if you don't have a variety of microbes and you're not feeding your microbes with fibre, soluble and insoluble fibre, then not only will they feed on you, but your energy from food won't get converted into like glycogen, because when your microbes feed on the food that you give them, their excrement is our energy. How cool is that? Why does no one talk about that? Hello? But yeah, what else? Fibre. So yeah, fruit, veg, pulses, leafy greens. If you normally go for red peppers in all your food whenever you're cooking, go for green, go for yellow. Introduce some new colours. Blueberries are great. They've got I love, like, you know, you probably know about blueberries. My brother's been doing this diet for the last 7 years. If it works for him, that's good for him. But most people that I work with, it definitely wouldn't. Plus as well, what state is your brother in? Sorry, I didn't mean to be rude. I just mean, like, is it got a load of muscle mass? You know, if you're trying to build muscle like you are, Ayob, I can imagine there's a bit of controversy behind it, but they say like the liver can only process a certain amount of protein every 4 hours, and it's like between 40 and 60 grams. So if you're trying to get 100 grams of protein in one meal, or 150, that's what I'm trying to take in a day, it's just not going to be sufficient, is it, for protein synthesis? If you can, post a full day of eating. YouTube has all the fancy ones. You can't eat that every day. Or the fancy ones, you can't eat that every day. I personally really like your physique. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, I'll do a full day of eating. I can tell you now though. Well, most of the time I'm not in the house. So my breakfast, I'll do a video, yeah, because I'm like, Scott keeps saying, you need to do these long form videos for YouTube and the algorithm. So that is how it sounds, by the way. So yeah, I'll have I've switched to rye bread now because it's super high in fibre. Oh, that's your nuts and seeds as well, by the way. With soft cheese, avocado, and a fruit, usually strawberries, blueberries. I try and mix it up a bit. And that's my breakfast. That keeps me full for a wee while. Then I'll have a snack, which will usually be a protein yogurt. The Get Pro protein from Waitrose and Morrison's isn't as thick. It's 15 grams of protein. It's got magnesium in it as well. Really like it. I hate fucking yogurt, right? I can't stand it. But sometimes you've got to eat what your body needs, not wants, right? Lunch can either look like a salad from Marx's. I've got loads of good stuff. What was it today? What did I have for lunch? Oh, I was in a rush, so it wasn't great. I had a protein bar, and some chicken strips from Morrison's. Again, not great, but consistency, right? A coffee, but sometimes it could be a soup. Depends, like, if I've ate more the day before as well, or if I know I'm going to get high steps, or like have a long day, I have a bigger meal. My dinner does switch up, but I try and stay roughly, because like I don't have the brain space to keep changing my food, right? So try and create your own meal plan. Yes, I got traumatized when I tried that only protein diet. Yeah, and I do eat eggs every now and then. Oh, I like pancakes a lot as well. No, he was overweight. So, Ayo, that's interesting, because a lot of people will say to me, I barely eat. I do all these steps and I barely eat. I'll have one meal a day. Yes, Karen, but you're having one meal a day and then you're having 1,500 calories of snacks. Like, they tend to lie. Like, no disrespect to your brother, him personally, but I know people who are overweight and they're telling me they're not eating. Like, it's not fucking magic. Like, you've got to eat the calories to gain weight and not move. Lost almost he was overweight. He lost almost 3. I also hate you. So he did lose weight, and is that how he lost the weight then? With the one, I didn't read that last comment. That's why I went on a tangent there. I also hate yogurt. I know. I started to eat drink kombucha, which is live microbiome. Kimchi's great as well. Cabbage. But as a mother of 2, like, you've really got to just do what you can. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me tonight for that session. I'm going to go and wind down now, as I like to be in bed by 8:30. I'm not even joking, be asleep by 9, because I'm up at 5:30 tomorrow. I'm going to do back in the morning. I hope to see you soon. And yeah, Abby, thanks for the request for that kind of content. I'll start it tomorrow. I'll see you soon, guys. Thanks.